The following is a short tutorial on how to build a rubric within D2L. So to start, you're going to go under Class Tools, and under Class Tools, you're going to see Rubrics. So once you get in here, you're going to see that you have all your rubrics below. Note the different icons. This one tells you that this rubric is locked because it has assessments already recorded on it. This one is currently linked to another piece of assessment, so you could still edit this one. And this one hasn't been used before. So it's really important that you look at these, because once you've published a rubric and you've actually used it to assess students, you no longer can use that rubric. One thing you can do, however, is if you want to make another version of that rubric, you can copy it and then edit the copy. But what we're going to do today is we're going to start brand new and create a new rubric. So you can see this button right here at the top. It says new rubric. We're just going to click on that. Once on this page, you'll get to create your rubric. So the first thing it's going to ask you for is a name for the rubric. So we're just going to call this Online Discussions. And from here, you're going to see that you have three different options. You can have an analytic rubric like this with the different levels up at the top. You can have a holistic rubric, which just doesn't have the criterion on the side. Unfortunately, there are no single point rubrics at this point in time, but we're just going to show you how to set up the analytic rubric. The other thing you'll see is in terms of scoring, you can have no score, you can have scoring with points. This just allows you to put points to each score, and you can have customizable points. Generally, we just use no scoring. And you can also reverse the level order. So this one has level 4 on the left. If you click this, it will allow you to have level 1 on the left. So that's a preference thing, whatever you choose. So now if you continue to go down, you're going to see you have a plus button here, and this will allow you to add new levels. So you can see it creates a new level, and you could change that to whatever you want. So, and you're also going to notice that you can change any of the names of the levels. So if you wanted to add in percentages or things like that, it's really easy to add in. Now, if you don't want this, you could just hit the garbage can and remove it, and just click on delete, and then it will no longer be there. So if we continue to move down, you can see that you have spaces that you can fill in. So for new criterion, we're going to say collecting research is going to be our criterion, and you can see that it attaches to expectations. We don't really have this set up fully yet, so it's maybe something you want to avoid for now, but eventually you will be able to attach expectations directly to this. And if we move into these boxes, you can see when I click in this box, it gives me the ability to make some editing features. It also gives me insert stuff in case I wanted to embed a video within this area. But for the most part, we're just going to put in our criterion right there that we're going to assess with. And you could go this. I'm just going to put in the same one each time so you can see what it looks like built out. And you can edit whatever it is you would like to edit. Now, you're going to see here if you wanted to add another criterion. So say you wanted to have your rubric to have multi-criterion, you could do that as well and just build this out. Next part I want to talk about is initial feedback. So they do have an ability to give generic feedback. So if you were to give a student a level 4, this feedback would automatically appear inside of that box. It is an option. Now, if you have criterion that you're not using, you can just click on the garbage can and it will get rid of those criterion. So it will take them right out. And if we keep going down, you're going to see you can add a criterion group. So say you wanted to have almost a separate grouping of criterion, you could have that. So it would appear something like this, and you could set it all up the exact same way. If we continue down the page, you're going to see this is where the overall score goes. And again, you have the ability to change anything you would like, as well as add a comment under each of these. So there's lots of options to do that. At the bottom of the page, you're going to see there's more options in here. And we don't generally use a lot of these options, but there are just some options around visibility and if you wanted to add description to that. The one thing you really want to pay attention to is this up here, is if the rubric is published or in draft mode. So if you were just working on the rubric, you could set it to draft mode. This tool automatically saves, so you can see it saving all the time. So students would actually see this as you were working on it. So keep it in draft mode while you're building it. And then when you're ready to use it, you can just switch this over to published. The final thing I want to show you within this screen is beside edit rubric, you can go in there and you can actually preview what your rubric looks like. So when you look in here, you can see that this is what the rubric is going to appear like to the student. So one final thing to show you, and I'll just show you using discussion tools, is once your rubric is done, you can close it. Remember, it's auto saving, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to go into discussions just to show you what this would look like to link up a rubric to a discussion. So inside of here, I'm going to edit this topic. And what you're looking for is a tab that says assessment. And once you're in the assessment tab in discussions, you're going to see add a rubric. Now this is very similar as if you were in assignments. You would just look for this add rubric button. When you click on it, you're going to find the name of the rubric that you were working on. So there, it's right there. And you're just going to add select. So I'm just going to save this, and I'm going to show you what this would look like when a student opens up that discussion. So if they clicked on the discussion now to go in and complete it, you're going to see right here the online discussions right here. So you just click on it and the student's going to be able to see the rubric right within this window. When you open up to assess this discussion, you will be able to click on any of the levels you want and fill in this rubric really quick and easy right within D2L. So that is a short tutorial on how to create a rubric within D2L.